It is 9 o'clock. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to welcome you all here on this beautiful sunny Dickinson County day. No smoke, no clouds, beautiful day. Our first item of business is to hear from Katie Carey. Katie?
Good morning. How are you guys today?
Good morning.
Good. Thanks for having me. So we have recently conducted the community health assessment. So many of you throughout the years have heard about this, but for those of you that may be new to it or are looking for a refresher, every 3 years as a public health agency that's in a nonprofit hospital, we reach out to the community and ask feedback about what do Dickinson County residents feel are the biggest areas that they're concerned about when it comes to health, and maybe some ways that we can move the needle on that. So I was here in September when we were running the survey, so amazingly about a year ago, and we had over 500 people contribute to the survey. So this is the culmination of the responses that we've gotten from Dickinson County residents, as well as research. So this 45-page report, which I promise we will not go page by page today, is that. So if you could, I don't know if we have a digital copy at all. If not, everyone up here has it. So there's certain things in there by the IRS that we're required to cover. So we talk about the community served, and that's Dickinson County. Of course, the hospital serves a wider catchment area than that, but we really want to look at Dickinson County as the heartbeat of what our report covers, and the unique style of Dickinson County being that accordion style population that we expand and contract throughout the year, and the seasonality that makes us special. And so as you go through the report, you can see the physical environment, all those things, but what we're really trying to prepare the reader for as you go back and forth is the context that we share that kind of sets up maybe why people responded the way they did. So with the over 500 responses that we received, as well as work with our steering committee and focus groups that are key stakeholders from across the county, we found 4 major areas of focus for us for the next 3 years. So that will be behavioral health. That's a continuation from the last cycle. Then cancer, aging well, and healthy living. So what does that mean? As you go through it, so the first part connects you, gives you all the social and economic factors, explanation, but as you get a little bit further into the document, you'll see icons at the top. So when you get to health factors, you'll see an icon with a flexing arm and an apple and a drink. So that's connecting to healthy living. So as you're going and learning about the statistics about obesity in Dickinson County, Iowa, and the United States, then you can go, as you get further into the document, then you can connect that to why people were concerned about it. So you can go back and forth and learn about some of those areas of concern. So for instance, the obesity, nationally 2 in 5 adults and 1 in 5 children are considered to be overweight. And so when you look at that, it's 34% of adolescents in Iowa, and then 37% of Dickinson County residents are obese. So you see how this connects, that it is an area of concern, and there's reasons for people to be worried about that. And so some of the things that are also in this report talk about our No Boundaries Mindfulness and Motion project, where we work with our Okoboji middle schoolers in No Boundaries, and they reach out to all our elementary students in 3rd and 4th grade they're working in Okoboji and Lake Park to talk about healthy movement and get them more active. So there's some projects that we're already working on. As you keep going into health factors, cancer has really been a topic of concern. As we know, Iowa has continued to be 2nd in the nation in cancer rates. So back in January, we partnered with the University of Iowa to do the 99 Counties Project. So we were the second county in the state to hear about some of the issues that are affecting Dickinson County. So we know that, I mean, if you haven't directly been impacted by cancer, you know someone that has been, either a family or a friend. And so we're looking at what are some simple ways that we can move the needle on that, whether it's testing your home for radon or increasing access to sunscreen, and to thinking about decreased tobacco and alcohol consumption. These are all things. And then improving nutrition and movement. So we see a lot of connections between the four that were there, because if you're improving your movement and if in nutrition, you're reducing your cancer risk, you're also connecting to that healthy living focus area. And so, and then seniors, this was the first time we've heard specifically about focusing on the senior population, because as it turns out, Dickinson County has the oldest population in the state. And so we're a great place to retire. And so we're looking at, what does senior living mean? What does aging well mean? Because that covers 4 decades of life. So does that mean more pickleball for some people, or does that mean more access to healthy and affordable housing? So we'll be working with different groups like Elder Bridge on that piece. And then finally, behavioral health. So over the last 3 years, we've had the Behavioral Health Coalition working with our schools, our mental health providers, our nonprofit agencies to really increase access and awareness of behavioral health resources. And we know that the work is still there. So we actually have a walk coming up. So the Move for Mental Health Walk will be August 23rd. So you can still sign up. And so that is a great way to get out there, get active, get moving. Again, that cross section of living well, and also having mental health is a big part of overall wellness. So the funds that are raised from that Move for Mental Health Walk will go towards bringing in another national mental health speaker into the school. So we're trying to create activities that lead to more healthy activities. So pro-social opportunities for people that elevate the conversation about mental health. And so then it continues on and it shares just, then you can see the survey respondents and why we picked what we picked. So that's all available for people on the Lakes Regional Healthcare website, lakeshealth.org. And if you just search for community health assessment, you can find everything there. So our next steps are to work with our focus groups again and develop our health improvement plan. So like we said 3 years ago, we don't want this to collect dust, and this one won't collect dust either. So we'll be working on those 4 focus areas, and we will be presenting our health improvement plan to the hospital board, and that will be in late October and due for IRS plat in November. So we'll be meeting that goal. So any questions about the report itself or the process?
You should continue to urge people to keep living so we can hold that #1 spot as oldest.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? So we'll keep working on that.
So the quality of life and whatnot in our nation is declining, and it's trending downwards, and it has been for a while. Iowa's obviously no different. Dixon County is no different. What are we doing? And maybe that's what you're presenting in October, but can you give any kind of idea, like from an educational standpoint, getting people on the same page? What are you working on or towards with the funding that's provided and you know, what's available and things like that?
Yes, so the community health improvement plan will be the partner document to this of, okay, we know what's wrong, now what do we do about it? So it really is eating an elephant. I mean, the last cycle, it was behavioral health, affordable transportation, and dental care. You don't fix something in a cycle, but you can try to make a difference. So I do think that, for instance, with the behavioral health piece, we have been having national speakers into the schools. We are changing that, right? We've had a parent panel there, trying to make people feel less alone and connect them to resources, because sometimes there are resources out there. If you don't know that they're there, they don't exist for you. So we are trying to get people to the help that they need. And we are trying to get more programming out there. So healthy living, of course, like the No Boundaries Project of just getting people to be more active, getting people to, part of that program uses Healthy Lifestyles programming, which is evidence-based curriculum that talks about making healthy long-term decisions of building goals for yourself. So I think just starting young, some of those things are good, but we are looking at all spectrums of our population. So with our youth and our elderly, so there's a lot there. But I think the biggest thing is in the past, the hospital took on what can the hospital do? And I think that's not an effective or sustainable goal. The biggest things that we've seen where we can make a difference is when we work together. So whether it's in the Dickinson County Hunger Coalition or the Behavioral Health Coalition, I think we are trying to get on the same page and get different players at the table.
You know, so much of it's gotta start at home though with personal responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, from an early, baby on up, infant on up. So is there a thought to address this at that level, at the home,
Yes.
with the parent, with, making choice, again, we all have the ability to choose from what we're consuming, both from nutrition and from social media and streaming services. And you talk about, we're more connected than we ever are, but behavioral health is declining. And it's one of those things where, more connection maybe, via social media or streaming services or whatever, it's isolating us even more. It's keeping us in our houses or so what are we doing? I guess, and I'm not suggesting you need to have an answer right now. I'm just saying that I guess from what I'm seeing from my perspective, outside perspective, from what I do at my gym, I just think that we have to have that personal responsibility, accountability. It has to start at home, and we have to do a better job of reaching those individuals at home. And so I guess that's kind of where I'm in my opinion.
So next week, there are intake conferences at the school. So we will, before our Move for Mental Health Walk on Saturday, we'll actually be at Harris Lake Park Elementary School on Wednesday for their intake conferences. And we are going to be hoping to spark some conversations just like that. So we'll have a mini Move for Mental Health Walk, which will be a lap around the school. And we have community providers. So we'll have our dietitian from the hospital will be there to talk about nutrition and mental health. So talking about a healthy, well-fed brain is a happy brain, and talking about eating the colors of the rainbow and having a fun skewer snack event. So that will be one of the activities. I will be there talking about sleep. So I'll have some resources from the CDC and talking about creating a bedtime routine and how sleep is so important for mental health. And then we'll also have stuff about self-care, about taking pride in the way you look and feeling good, and taking that shower, having clean clothes, being up there, and how that builds self-esteem. So talking really about all those routine pieces. So we'll be at Harris Lake Park on Wednesday, and then we'll be at Spirit Lake on Thursday. And Spirit Lake also is very committed talking about the technology piece. So they have actually parents that will be there to talk about the technology pledge, about trying to keep screens, social media out of childhood. So there are those conversations that are happening at the elementary school level. And as you said, in the home, you're on our ECI board. So we do have the Best Care for Better Babies program that is available for any first-time parent in Dickinson County. And that's free of charge to have a nurse come into your home to provide support and really set up that parent for success. So there are a variety of resources out there for families.
Not only do you have the Better Care for Better Babies, you also have postpartum checkups.
The hospital provides, yep.
Question, Mr. Keller.
Yeah, through the chair. I guess this document that you're holding is available online, so we can look at it there.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, and I'll ask you, Are there any analytics in there with respect to the viability of the healthcare system around here? Because we're all faced with some pretty serious cuts on the federal level into Iowa, and I'm wondering, I don't know if you deal with that sort of stuff. And the other question is like, is there anything in there on what's going on with what's seeping into the drinking supply in terms of fertilizers and things like that? Because I went to heard this chemist at over at Lakeside Lab, and she said, we're not going to talk about some of those issues right here at this point, maybe in October or something like that. And I do think there's a lot of concern with a lot of people about the fluorides and different fertilizer related things, manure related things that are flowing into the water supply. Like in Dickinson County, most of the towns are getting the water from the lakes. Now, Esterville and Spencer don't get their water from the river or from the lakes. They get it from very deep aquifers. So there's a little different issue there, probably, with respect to the cancers that are developing. So I'm just wondering, are you dealing with those sort of issues in this report or no?
So we focused on the 4 focus areas that were selected by Dickinson County residents of their concerns. So that was behavioral health, cancer, aging well, and healthy living. So you can't cover everything in a document, so we have to use those as North Star items. So that's really what we focused on in this report.
Okay, but with respect to, say, cancer, okay, there's a lot of cancer here. I had 8 brothers and sisters, half of them are dead from cancer. They all drank water here in Spirit Lake in Okoboji for most of their lives till they moved away. So you talk to different people, there's a lot of issues about what's going on with the drinking water. And there's other people they don't want to talk about because it's a sad subject. But with respect to cancer, did you do any analytics in that area with respect to fluorides and hydrocarbons and that stuff?
So fluoride is a mineral. It's a naturally occurring mineral that is in the water, and it is monitored by the boards, the utility boards. They do monitor it, and so like places like Milford, they submit those reports to the state. So it is a tracked thing that they're trying to keep it at that 0.7 parts per million. So.
Okay, but your agency isn't focused on that specific stuff though, right? Just peripherally?
So fluoride is something that is supported by the public health community, fluoridating water to the recommended amount.
Okay, so I don't quite follow what you're telling me, but I'll read your report.
I think, I can't come to a meeting without talking, so, I think what you're asking is the next steps. Class groups, as Katie said, we're meeting in the next couple of weeks, diving into what you're asking, and then the results will come out in that end of October, November. So more to come, but have I got a deal for you? Here's a copy of it.
Oh, okay. Well, if people want this, they can go online.
Yes, yep, it's available, yep, on lakeshealth.org.
Anyone else have any questions? If not, thank you very much. for what
Thank
you're
you.
Thank you.
I know where I can get.
Next on the agenda is the approval of resolution 2025-28. And this is an Iowa State Association of Counties voting. Please read that, Jordan.
So just a note here that they amended the articles that are resulting in the counties adopting by resolution who the voting delegates are for each county. And the electeds and department heads are who is on this list. So resolution 2025-8 to designate voting representatives for the Iowa State Association of Counties. Whereas Dickinson County is a member of the Iowa State Association of Counties. And whereas the ISAC Articles of Incorporation were updated in November 2024 to require the county to designate through resolution by its Board of Supervisors its county voting representatives. And whereas only the designated county voting representatives have the power to vote on behalf of the county at ISAC. And whereas the county voting representatives must be either elected county officials or the principal officer for each county department represented by an affiliated association of ISAC. Now therefore be it resolved that the Dickinson County Board of Supervisors, effective immediately, hereby designates the following persons as county voting representatives for ISAC. Iowa State Association of County Supervisors, William Leopold, Kim Wormerson, Levi Markwart, Steve Dullard, Stephen Clark. Iowa State Sheriffs and Deputies Association, Greg Balloon. Iowa County Attorneys Association, Inc., Stephen Goodlow. Iowa State Association of County Auditors, Lori Peterson. Iowa State County Treasurers Association, Chris Rowley. Iowa County Recorders Association, Inc., Ann Ditzworth. Iowa County Engineers Association, Jeff Rose. Iowa State Association of Assessors, Stephanie Sohn. Iowa Community Services Association, Beth Will. Iowa Emergency Management Association, Michael Arrett. County Conservation Directors Association of Iowa, Lee Sorensen. Iowa Environmental Health Association, Inc., Megan Cardell. Iowa County's Public Health Association, Katie Carey. County Zoning Officials of Iowa, Megan Cardell. Iowa County's Information Technology Organization, Alyssa Holtz. Iowa Association of County Commissioners and Veteran Service Officers, Inc., Spring Jones. I'll get the spelling of your name changed on there too.
Okay.
I'll add the K.
Okay, might I have a motion to approve or disapprove this resolution?
Motion to approve.
Tim has moved. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you, Steve. We have a second. Further discussion? Hearing none. Tim?
Aye.
Mr. Clark?
Aye.
Levi?
Aye.
Mr. Dullard?
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Item number 4 is to accept joint 61, branch 399 of the West prelim classification report. You have anything on that?
Did you guys read
No.
through it?
We all received online the pre-classification report, and it lists all the property owners in branch 399 that if we decide to do a improvement, that approximately what their taxes would be depending on which one of the options we select. And all this is a motion to approve that pre-class report that Jacobson Westergaard did for the trustees.
And it, not approving, but just accepting for now.
Yeah, accepting,
Yep.
so. I would make a motion that we accept the pre-classification report from Jacobson Westergaard on joint 61, branch 399 West.
Okay, Mr. Clark has made a motion.
I'll second.
Levi has seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Clark?
Aye.
Levi?
Aye.
Mr. Dullard?
Aye.
Kim?
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Now, along with that, we have to accept, joint 61 branch 399 West amendment number 1 to the engineer's report.
Believe this is just an amendment on what they're going to propose and in the report and report at the meeting they have, the upcoming meeting on the hearing on joint 61. So I would make a motion that we approve the amendment number 1 to the engineer's report on joint district 61, branch 399.
Mr. Clark has moved.
I'll second.
Kim has seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Clark?
Aye.
Kim?
Aye.
Mr. Dullard?
Aye.
Levi?
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Okay, item number 6, award a contract for DD 25 branch 48-9 tile repair reroute.
There were 3 bids that were submitted, DMV Farm Drainage in the amount of $45,621.25. Lair Tiling and Excavation out of Esterville at $58,080.05. And Larry Lair Excavating out of Wallingford in the amount of $49,878. The engineer's estimate was $53,725. So the recommendation to award the contract for the lowest bid would be B&B Farm Drainage out of Wallingford, Iowa. And that was $45,621.25.
I would make a motion that we accept B&B Farm Drainage bid on the branch 48-9 tile repair and reroute.
Okay, Mr. Clark has moved. Do I hear a second?
I'll second. I'll go ahead, Levi.
I'll second.
Okay, Levi has seconded. Further discussion? As there is none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Willard,
Aye.
Kim,
Aye.
and Bill is aye. Okay, item number 7 is the approval of DD branch 5, branch 126 report amendments.
So what they're wanting to do is also add a reclassification to that, after going back and looking at the 1986 reclassification that was done. We realized that there were some landowners that were not actually in there that should be. There's another branch that is just south of there that had landowners in there, because that's just a branch off of that. So they are recommending a reclassification be done for DD5 branch 126 to get those additional landowners that are receiving benefit added to the schedule.
Okay, I would make a motion that we approve a pre-classification report for DD5 branch 126.
Okay, Mr. Clark has moved.
I'll second.
Kim has seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Kim, aye. Mr. Dollard,
Aye.
Levi,
Aye.
and Bill is aye. Okay. Also, item number 8 was DD 41 main ditch repairs. Acknowledge you engineer certification of completion and set time and date for completion hearing.
Which we have set for August 26th at 9:30 a.m.
I'll make a motion to accept the engineer certification report and set the public hearing for August 26th at 9:30 a.m.
Okay, Kim has moved.
Second.
Levi is seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Kim?
Aye.
Levi?
Aye.
Mr. Clark?
Aye.
Mr. Dollard?
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Then we have the discussion and approval of change order number 2 in the amount of $1,500.
Motion to approve.
Kim has moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Dollard seconded. Further discussion? As there is none, Kim?
Aye.
Mr. Dollard?
Aye.
Mr. Clark?
Aye.
Levi?
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Then discussion approval of pay estimate number 2 in the amount of $83,625.90.
Motion. Oh,
Payment number 2 would be $13,539.38.
Cause you add that on to the original 80. Okay,
motion to approve.
Kim has moved.
Second.
Mr. Clark has seconded. Further discussion? As there is none, Kim?
Aye.
Mr. Clark?
Aye.
Levi?
Aye.
Mr. Dollard?
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Okay. Do you have that information on item 9?
I do.
The jailer, okay.
Yep, so the Dickinson Sheriff's Office is looking for approval of a part-time jailer. It is for Zachary Peterson, has been hired as a part-time jailer with a starting date of August 13th, 2025, with a starting salary of $29.30 per hour.
Okay, do I hear a motion to hire Zach Peterson?
I'll make the motion.
Levi has moved,
I'll second.
Mr. Dollard seconded, further discussion.
Jared would be here if he was able to, but unfortunately today he was not able to make it, so. Normally he is here for those acceptance of these.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Willard,
Aye.
Kim,
Aye.
Mr. Clark.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Item number 10 is the approval of the July 22nd board meeting minutes. Did anyone find anything amiss?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Kim moved, Mr. Dullard seconded. Further discussion? As there is none, Kim.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
Mr. Clark.
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Item number 11 is the approval of claims. Would anyone find anything amiss on that?
Motion to approve the claims.
Okay, Mr. Clark moves,
I'll second.
Levi seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Yeah, okay, we have several drainage claims. The first one is for DD 5, branch 126, Jacobson Westegard for $1,955.95.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark moves,
I'll second.
Kim seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. The second one is stamped warrant Drainage District 19 to ISG for $3,485.
Motion to approve.
Kim moves,
I'll second.
Levi seconds. Further discussion? Kim.
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Clark.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. The third one is stamped warrant DD 25, branch 48-9. Jacobson Westegard for $1,546.50.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark moves,
I'll second.
Mr. Dullard seconds. Further discussion? As there is none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
Levi,
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Our fourth one is stamped warrant DD joint 61, branch 398. Jacobs Westergaard for $436.25.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark is moved,
I'll second.
Kim is seconded. Further discussion? As there is none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Our fifth one is stamped warrant DD joint 61 main branch to Beck Engineering for $1,133.75.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark moves,
Second.
Levi seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Levi,
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Next is stamped warrant DD 92, Jacobson Westegard for $806.40.
Motion to approve.
Kim moves,
Second.
Mr. Dullard seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, Kim.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
Mr. Clark.
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Next is joint Emmett Dickinson 3. Emmett is the lead. Emmett County Auditor for $24 for copies and Jeff Quastad $12 for mileage.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark moves,
I'll second.
Mr. Dullard seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Then we have joint ED 79, Emmett is the lead, Jeff Quastad for $9.60 Miley.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark moves,
I'll second.
Levi seconds, further discussion. Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Okay. Okay, item number 13, approve of pay application number 3 to Beck Engineering
Excavating.
for Dickinson County ECTD Clay County Connection Trail in the amount of $253,068.59.
Erin is out today, so she gave me the papers ahead of time, so.
It's just not give her the money. She can't show up.
Motion to approve.
Kim moves, Levi seconds, further discussion. Hearing none, Kim,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
and Bill is aye. Okay, next up is the approval of Iowa Lakes Regional Water Easement. You have anything on that, Jeff, or?
That would be with Erin as well for trails. It's right of way and on the Esterville branch of Midwestern Railroad properties located in the north half of the southeast quarter of section 27-136. The easement shall be 30 feet width, 15 feet on each side of the constructed pipeline of the above described property, parallel to the road right of way.
Does anyone wish to approve the easement?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, Levi has moved.
Second.
Mr. Clark has seconded. Further discussion. Hearing none, Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Clark.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
And Bill is aye. Okay,
You wanna have Jeff do his stuff without the bid letting? He's got the bid letting at 10, but we could have him do
yeah,
everything else.
so I was wondering if we should just jump to engineers' reports. Or we could do,
Whatever works, if you wanna have him do whatever you wanna do.
let's adjourn and go home. No,
Back in another 3 weeks.
Bill. All right, Jeff, if you would please. Morning.
First item we have on the engineer's agendas is to approve request for repairs on joint District 1 Branch 3 tile in Drake County Forces to complete repair in 2 locations. We're estimating the cost to be less than $2,500.
Is that DNO or DNE?
That's all Dickinson.
But it's a joint drainage district, so is that
Yes.
Dixon and Osceola?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Kim has moved,
I'll say.
Levi seconded. Further discussion. Hearing none, Kim.
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Clark.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard.
Aye.
And Bill is aye.
The second item is just have a discussion on regarding vegetation on ditch slope and joint DD1 DNO. B&W control specialist was hired last year for brush control. It was found that vegetation on the ditch slope had been killed. I think Kim and I, we talked about this. After looking at it myself, I contacted the contractor that sprayed it. He came out and looked at it. He feels he didn't do anything wrong. So then I had our weed commissioner go out and take a look at it, and he provided this report that I gave you guys. And also on the kind of reading the summary of what he said on the second page. Basically, what on the basis, I would best option is to be adding more riprap to the spots. I would recommend doing that on the slopes and then putting down the riprap. The problem is the chemicals that were used have about a 3-year residual on it, so nothing's going to grow. And what Tanner had recommended was to approach the guy that sprayed the B&W that sprayed it and have them pay for the cost of the erosion control. So I just want to get you guys update what's going on and get direction for you guys.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's the way everybody wants to go.
Did they admit to using the wrong chemicals?
Yeah, they didn't mean anything, they didn't meant to do anything.
So we're gonna have an issue probably, but
Yeah,
it sounds like
because-
the first step is to do that.
You know. If they sprayed the wrong chemicals on the grass, you know, if they were supposed to control
That's a no-brainer.
the brush and stuff, it's a no-brainer. It's gonna not be fixed, but there's gonna be probably some
The first
litigation.
page- The first page I gave you kind of, Tanner gave his opinion
Yeah.
on those chemicals. Some, it seems like there should be more water, friendly. So I'm not sure how it was applied or how much was applied, that information was given to me.
I'd go by the advice of our weed control person.
So would I.
I'll reach out to them and ask them to get some erosion control put in place then. Absolutely. Item number 3 this morning is just an update regarding the county property that we discussed in the previous meeting. The property adjacent to Dave's Repair in Montgomery will not be sold. It's been worked out that the owner of Dave's Repair will submit a working right-of-way permit to cross the alley for the proposed sanitary sewer line. I just figured that was easier, after talking to adjacent neighbors. It's just easier just to approve a permit to go across the county property, instead of actually selling it.
Thank you for following through on that.
Item number 4 here is to direct county engineer to sign purchase agreement, order agreement with Titan Machinery for a Case IH Maximum 125 tractor, which included trade-in for a total cost of $113,500.
Part of your budget,
Yes.
motion to approve.
Kim has moved,
Second,
Mr. Clark has seconded, further discussion. Hearing none, Kim,
Aye.
Mr. Clark,
aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
and Bill is aye.
Thank you, Ward. Number 5 is to direct county engineer to sign purchase order agreement with Country Trailers for a 24-foot Benke tilt bed trailer for a total cost of $23,975. This will be for the Lake Park shop. In particular, it'd be for Sean to hold on the mini excavator.
That is also part of your budget,
Yes.
motion to approve.
Kim has moved,
Second.
Levi has seconded to purchase a trailer at the cost of $23,975. Is there further discussion on that? Hearing none, Kim,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
and Bill is aye.
Item number 6 for this morning is to direct county engineer to sign purchase order agreement with New Tech for Kubota track skid loader, which will include a trade-in for a total cost of $48,660.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Clark moves,
I'll second.
Kim seconds. Is there further discussion?
That also in the budget?
Yes, it is.
It's a question.
So Chris, Murphy Tractor, we're the John Deere construction dealer, for this area. I guess my question for it is, we were asked to quote a bigger machine than what, was presented today. So I guess my question is, we're not comparing apples to apples, on the prices that were presented. I guess I'm just asking what our opportunity is here to bid a comparable machine.
Well, the reason this came up is the Milford shop said they needed to do a skid loader. So I asked my foreman, instead of me trying to pick out what he wanted, to go out and source out for different proposals. These are the 3 that came back.
Okay, so we were asked to bid a 333 skid steer. Kubota does not have a machine that size. So it's an F-150 to an F-250 size. So obviously more horsepower, bigger size, gonna come with more cost. So I'm just asking, for the opportunity to bid a comparable machine to the Kubota.
Were you one of the 3 bids, but yours was higher because of that?
Yep.
Seems fair to me.
So my suggestion would be is we vote this motion down
Yeah.
and then have a rebid.
Or we rescind our vote, our bid.
Rebid.
Yeah.
Motion.
Yeah, I can rescind my motion. We can.
Okay.
I'll rescind the second as well.
Okay.
It's the only fair thing to do.
And I'm not, I mean, I get it. Kubota doesn't have one that's equivalent to us, but when we were asked to bid a bigger machine, then I just feel like it's fair that we get the opportunity to bid it.
And to be fair, I'll sit down with my foreman and
Okay.
get the exact specs that he needs for. his
Okay, yep,
operation.
that'd be great.
That way everybody's bidding
Yep.
apples to apples.
Yep.
One thing I did see on your, and I should have asked, James, but I didn't really see a horsepower listed on your quote.
Yep, so we're 109 horse and you guys are at 96 with a Kubota. So,
Okay.
I mean, we're 10 horsepower more and a lot more operating weight.
Okay.
Seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, you know,
Well, of course it
have
is.
comparable bids, so.
No.
The
Thank
board,
you.
what I'll do is I'll get some new specs put together and ask for new quotes then.
Right.
That's all I have for this morning until we got 10 o'clock.
Thank you, and we'll see you then.
Okay, thank you, board.
Let's have our general discussion, board and committee reports. Kim?
Had a recycling meeting, very active in the green waste space. In fact, it's getting to the point where costs have gone up considerably for us to do green waste down there. And so he's looking at options of perhaps raising costs for some of the loads that come in. The city assessments went out and they stayed the same as last year. The cardboard bin at the landfill is going very well, which has really relieved some of the other sites that we have for cardboard, so we're grateful for that. At our final governance board meeting, it's kind of hard to let that go, but it is a handing off of the baton. We met to close out business and approve payment of final bills, and I appreciate all who served on the board. We really had some folks that cared a lot about folks that needed help, and I especially want to thank Beth Will and Sue Dune. Their leadership and caring work is uncomparable. I've attended a couple of TIF meetings, really taking a look at the potential of using TIF for some possible developments that are coming up, and we'll obviously go more with that once we see things that come in. Attended a SHIELD meeting, that's safety, health issues, employment leadership decisions. Our safety director, Michael Rayner, is going to retire in February of 2026. So we are in the process. This whole meeting was really to talk about where do we find someone comparable to lead our safety, because he's done a terrific job for all 13 counties that are involved in this, so, or counties and cities. So we've got that process started to look for a new director. After all that happened, once we closed down the Sioux Rivers, I met with a representative from HHS to go over closing down the Sioux Rivers region, met with Beth and Sue and Rob Aiken. And they were very pleased with the work that Sioux Rivers did, and we're now finally closed down and on to the next chapter. Attended a follow-up meeting with some Clay County reps and Spencer reps about the process for the contingency plan for Lower Gar, just so that we're all on the same page with them about what the process, and of course, we have the bid letting today, so I think we're probably in good shape there, but communication is always the key, right? And I think that was part of that. I attended the Pearson Lakes Art Center and Dickinson County Trails ribbon cutting for the sculpture loop around the art center. I know a couple of others of us were there as well, really well attended. Very nice event, and if you get a chance, go out and walk that trail and see the sculptures and the art that's there. It's really impressive. I also attended the Farm Bureau Member Appreciation Picnic at the Little Sioux Stems Farm. It was kind of nice to get out and see some of the things that are going on within our county, and I always appreciate what they do. That is my report, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Dollar.
Okay, well, after our last meeting on July 22nd, I served at our church food pantry where we continued to distribute the products from Upper Des Moines. And it went a lot better on day 2 than it did on day 1, like I reported the last time. We did much better and had on the 21st with 16 households and 37 people. On Wednesday, I again served at the church serving the Upper Des Moines products, and we served 18 households, 37 people, and our 3-day total for the whole thing was 42 households and 90 people. It's down just a little, about 10 people from what we'd had the time before. And once again, I think it's a matter of advertising. I mean, like, we talked to a couple of the people there that they said that he stuck the sheets in their stuff that they got at their last distribution at Upper Des Moines, but they didn't read it. So they didn't know. We didn't find that out until Saturday at our church, where the church food pantry was our regular opening. On the 24th, I attended the Recycle Commission with Kim, and he gave you the update on that. And on the 28th, Levi and I met with Mr. Owens at Spirit Lake City Hall on the, and Levi will give you a better update on that. And in the afternoon, in the evening, I went to the Board of Adjustments, last meeting that they had. I had no other meetings until August 7th. In the morning, I helped unload store products at the church food pantry for the upcoming weekend. And then the evening, I attended the trail loop with, I saw Mr. Levi and Mr. Kim there as well. And on Saturday, I served at the church food pantry. This afternoon, we've got the Hunger Coalition meeting. Wednesday, I'll miss the vets and VFW meetings due to an appointment I have in Sioux Falls. And then I planned on attending the Dickinson County Taxpayers Association meeting on Thursday, and Levi and I have another meeting with the Sanitation District on Friday.
Very good. Mr. Clark.
On July 24th, we had Water Quality Commission meeting out at the center out in one of the meeting rooms. The bids are to be submitted. We got our schedule for when they're to be submitted by and when we have to score them and have them turned back in on those. Was it at the Weight Center? The after that, the headwaters of the Little Sioux met. Following that, on the 29th, I did a driveway inspection with Bill and Jeff, and same way on the 30th, we did a driveway inspection. On the 7th, I did the Dixon County Farm Bureau picnic. When I was leaving, I saw Kim coming. I want to say late as always, but not really. The 11th, we had a REAP committee meeting. There was only one application to the Dickinson County REAP committee this year. For those that want to know, REAP is for the Resource Enhancement and Protection. And Lake Park has applied for $75,000 from the REAP committee. And it's part of a $3 million project they're doing to extend the trail on into the city park and to establish a trailhead and stuff down there. Looks like a really nice project, but we'll see how it scores. Then last night I attended the Wahpeton City Council and had a discussion on countywide zoning. Then I did the Conservation Commission, and they discussed what's going on out at Sherwood Park. Then after that, I attended the West Okoboji City Council meeting and discussed the same thing on countywide zoning. Both of those city councils were quite interested in reestablishing the county council of governments in the county and trying to get all the cities back together. One of the council members in Wahpeton said, it's a really good idea and it's something we should work on it, but it probably won't happen in our lifetime. But if we don't work on things like that, it'll never come to fruition. Coming up on August 13th, I have the Okoboji or the Arnold Park City Council. there's a solar sighting seminar being presented by Zoom that I'm gonna attend, and Conservation Commission. On the 14th is the Dixon County Fires Association. And if nobody has ever gone to one, Can You Coffee Hour is at 10:30 on the 19th. 15th, I have the Yes Board, and August 20th through the 21st is the ISAC annual convention down at Des Moines. So
Very good. Levi.
On Thursday, the 24th, I sat in on, Katie had mentioned it, the 99 County project, that University of Iowa was doing, and we missed the we had a conflict with our supervisor meeting in January, and I missed the Dickinson County. So I sat in on the Clay County, got access to the slide for Dickinson County. Just in the process of going through that, there were differences between the two counties. I thought they'd be more similar, being neighbors, but good information regardless, and said still sifting through all that stuff, very similar to what she handed out today. This is online on the 28th. Well, when we had our joint meeting with Planning and Zoning, it was recommended that we meet with Greg. And so Mr. Deller and I met with him on the 28th and just discussed the sanitation with the city and relationship with the city. And he was kind of giving us a little bit of a background on what was going on and what they're doing moving forward and things like that. On the 8th, I also went to the Black Loop ribbon cutting with the trails. That was the 7th. On the 8th, we had our Trails Board meeting. I did mention that we would like to see more of an emphasis on maintaining the trails, in addition to the development. And Aaron had mentioned that FEMA has responded and come through, and they're getting reimbursements through from the flood damage from last summer. And Dixon County is just responsible for 15% of those repairs. So that was good news. The July count for the trails being used was 97,000, over 97,000 people this last month. Obviously, there's probably a little bit of an uptick thanks to Reg Ride coming through, but 97,000, I believe, was the best they'd had in any 1 month. For the season so far, there's been over 280,000 people counted on our trails, and that's an increase of over 30,000 from 2024 this time. And I think that's really important because as we were talking again this morning with what Katie was mentioning, behavior health, aging, cancer and healthy living, all that's tied into exercise. And we have safe, available, and accessible trails here in this county. And there's no reason that we can't encourage just continued use and more use of our trails, because that is a huge, being outside, being in nature, access to the sun. There's so much benefit from that environment. And Dixon County is unlike any other environment. So we just need to take advantage of that. But I was encouraging to see those numbers. Hopefully we just can continue to improve. I also signed up to sit on the Planning and Zoning webinar tomorrow about solar. I'm going to sit on a panel on Thursday morning with OEI, and I'm not sure if I was invited to sit on it because of the county or because of my job, but for some reason I got invited, and I'm going to sit on it. And I'm helping young kids. They're presenting their ideas, businesses, and things like that, and local people, and giving feedback. And so that's Thursday morning. And then we have our first official with everybody involved sanitation committee meeting on Friday.
Very good. Finally, Steve pretty much covered it. The Sioux Rivers meeting, also inspecting driveways. The one thing he didn't cover, that he didn't do, is I filled out, I guess you'd call it paperwork, to join in getting money from the Purdue lawsuit, opioid lawsuit. So we'll be getting some money there. And we did get some money this past week, I believe.
We did.
What was that? 3,500.
No, it was more than that. There was four different, funnels it was coming from, so it's quite a bit more than that.
Okay,
Yeah, no, it's being put to good use. It's 10 o'clock.
all right, and that's what I got. It is now 10 o'clock and it's time for bid letting.
Good Lord, this is 10 o'clock. It's our bid letting for project L 6697330. Formerly known as Lower Guard Bridge. Looks like we have 5 bids. Jordan will open up. First bidder here is from Christian Brothers. The total bid for Christian Brothers is $1,697,624.63. It's $1,697,624.63. Second bidder was Minneola Construction from Harmony, Minnesota. Total bid for Minneota Construction is $2,187,764.89. It's $2,187,764.9. The third bidder will be Dixon Construction of Gretchenville, Iowa. Total bid for Dixon Construction is $1,488,314.79. It's $1,488,314.79. The fourth bid this morning will be from Goverson Smith out of Ida Grove, Iowa. Total bid for Goberson Smith is $1,578,382.43. $1,578,382.43. And the fifth and final bid for this morning, it's from Graves Construction of Spencer, Iowa. The total bid for Graves Construction is $1,340,092.02. $1,340,092.02. John, take the bids upstairs and put together a bid tab for you guys to approve.
That's fine.
Good, well, we're hold our closed session, we'll probably figure in more.
John, how long do you think you'll need?
10 minutes.
He said 10.
And for the record, the engineer's estimate on the project is $1,611,508.55. $1,611,508.55.
3 days under it, that's good.
Thank you,
Jeff. One question, they all had a surety bond or a.
Yes, they all,
Okay.
they're all have on.
Okay.
Everything looked good.
Yeah, all right.
Sure how long that closed session would take, Bill? That was
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, that's fine.
I think we should wait.
Okay.
So
I'll have one thing I didn't report on that I will add. The Iowa Conservation Commission State Conference is coming up in September 17th through the 19th. And it's gonna be here in Dickinson and Clay County. And it be held mostly at the Arrowwood, and they'll be taking a tour of some of the conservation areas in this area and in Clay. So they'll be, right now, they've got 180 signed up for it, and they're expecting between 220 and 250, somewhere in there. A nice little way to show off what we're doing for conservation here in the Dickinson County.
We're just taking a break quick and so.
Yeah, smoke them if you got them, George.
Right, what was this? I was the motion of the word down.
There's only been one time. People question quality.
Yeah. The big, yeah, if you have any questions on the quality of the work.
Yes.
Mr. Peterson. Previous experience with the contractors. Or one that's way low on, you know.
What are the leader?
Take the lowest bidder.
You know. For the recording, I've got them out.
Well, Graves is out of Spencer, they're over, started out over west. On bridge work. And they're the lowest bidder. So.
Yeah, the county attorney can explain that. Can't make any.
Out of correction. Well, Ida Grove correction building probably close to the same distance. Minnesota.
Right now, it's 2,000, and they have the county, apparently, I won $100 last year.
Other work.
My name, but-
80%.
That's what I would.
Well,
No, it's something that.
yeah,
That's, you know.
so
700
it's just. You really don't get to. Didn't that big of a project with public money, you have to take a little bit, unless you can have good reasons not. I would say Graves is probably done
Just because.
in this whole northwest area.
For the most.
Way more bridges than anybody else has done. Yeah. Well, their bids gonna be lower because there's only bring their people in. Mobilize the equipment. You know, it all makes a difference.
Split the two, you start eggs.
Yeah, well. I don't know, once they get the big equipment moved up here, they'll pull it out, you know, for a second start later, they'll just continue with the subsidies. That's kind of yet to be determined, but. That'll be a full contract. He wants to, once he's taking the road. If he wants to stay and do the whole thing, so what? You know, we don't care. Receiving subsidies. We need a late start, need something. Unforeseen with.
I guess as a taxpayer, something has to.
Also,
tax. It doesn't make sense. I'm not trying to.
All those drainers district issues, they look like a lot on paper. So many of them that are. I dealt with all. You know, I need to get them done by code, so. So. Well. So, what do you think of the moves of
It's easy for us.
to federal lands? The safety in Washington DC.
But again, it's not. It's not.
This
would be convenience. Yes.
all the time.
That should be a big focus.
Well,
All of these people coming in and.
you know, I tell people that back in 1965. Brother Dave was out the east, and we did a whole 3-week East Coast tour. We pulled a 15-foot travel. My grandfather's big Mercury, and I have a picture of that travel trailer and the Mercury sitting in front of the White House. When we went to go on a tour to the White House, we parked in front of the White House.
They had the fence up yet?
Well, that's now they arrest you because they think you had explosives.
Well, you wouldn't get close. You know, we go right up and parked in front of
These
you.
days, all.
No,
Terry Road out.
no, there wasn't even people, no, the security guard that came out, asked us what we were doing. There was parking places.
Say, now you'd be lucky you don't get carjacked.
Well,
I couldn't believe the numbers when they put out the FBI put out the numbers on how many carjackings they had, 5,000 a year.
yeah.
I do.
No, I said,
You drive a certain car in certain areas. And, you know, if you park it, you're just about guaranteed it's gonna be gone when you come back. And you'll be lucky to get out of there if they don't hold you up and take it from you. You know, not in DC, but in the California area.
Was the shopkeeper will shoot one of them and the shopkeeper goes to jail.
Yeah,
Kind of like the
Wrong.
like that bodega guy, a few years back, that the guy tried to stab me. He stabbed me to death. And he went to Rikers Island, put him in.
I'd like to see on one of those.
so hold on.
Well, we need to tear down the entire judicial system in DC. Courts, the whole 9 yards. Take it all down, start from scratch.
When did they give DC self-rule? That back in the seventies.
I think I do rest.
Yeah.
that's way more difficult.
Well, until we wash out DC, we need to term limit everybody.
Well, actually, the people in all these other states and cities need to stand up for themselves and to stand up to their legislators and say, you know, clean it up. Do it right, clean it up and get it over.
They need to get them out. I mean, it was meant to go and serve and then go back home.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Jack.
Because I like what Grassley does. He's been there way too long.
Contractors.
My brother argues on that, he says, you know, we have term limits. If we would exercise them,
Yeah.
we probably have term limits. We just don't exercise them very well because we think our guy's doing great. It's the other guy that's, you know, we don't sit on the fact that if,
Yeah.
you know, length of service becomes part of the problem.
Yeah.
And so concentrated on what that rest Senate is bringing back to our state. You know,
What he brings back, it's good for the nation.
This got
that's,
He's-
and that works all the way down, including the county and city. Is it good for this group or is it good for the whole?
I try to make
You
them,
know,
we eat, I make them a, it's called a basket.
Yeah.
A piece of bread.
Of course, the project is the wages. Would keep lower and working on billable earnings.
Yeah.
You respect.
Been there.
Yeah.
I think I started out at 70 cents.
Oh, yeah, I did my first, I had no deck. Did you hear about that? Oh, my God.
They raised minimum wage to $1.
Huge. The setback.
Kids,
back then.
I mean, I remember.
Things
so
is when you
Jerry
got,
would talk
he's
to
right on
them.
the practice. We got, didn't get it there, we got, you know, that fall. So I mean, if you're working through your job, you ought to be right up there.
Was.
I got paid at 75 cents dollar an hour, you know, when I was real young, a lot. But the year that I was junior in high school, and I was 16, I worked for the M&L River on the tractor. You only get to miss it. And I got $2.35 an hour.
Where's that?
in 1968. And that was, I made enough money that summer and saved it that I could buy a car. So, of course, I only had to have $800 to buy the car.
And it was probably top of the line on Google.
Well, no, it wasn't, but it was only 4 years old,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Oh, I don't know.
I go on YouTube, it's like me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, when I was growing up,
What you went.
he had a member of the mafia living across the street. This nice guy paid me $10 every morning to scrub his car.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can see
Then when
why.
you sign up for sports, it's half off too, when they're doing soccer and playing football and.
Goodness.
Sends your 9 and James is 7. Yep. Third.
You're making family.
Yep. We just started pads this week, last week, and when you have to have 6 hours of pony.
Be here again for 2 weeks.
This week, and then this week.
Full pads.
And then after that, it's 10 days, and we're back to our fall schedule.
A little bit.
So,
I think you saw that.
Say, we have any more like we had last.
We had physicals yesterday, he's already,
Yeah.
he's 4'6", and she's 4, no, she's 20.
Stuff in the last meeting we had.
when you schedule
But exactly, he
one
was, she's 87,
or
he's
two,
67.
that gets really,
Your job, Tony.
Yeah.
He got
it's one thing
They're
about
already, I think they're.
meeting
out there.
weekly the rest of the year
No, I
round.
really.
You don't get
Because-
the public hearings piled up like you
I-
have the opportunity to do in the summer.
Down 80 pounds, huh?
He's watching. He needed to. Yeah, it's been good.
About it too.
I try to, he's not very good. He's still breaking stuff in this. So then when you're bored, he loads over on the interstate, he doesn't come home. So then he just sits in his truck. I mean,
If she's.
that's the case.
How far does he have to drive?
Drives to St. John's area every night.
Same route every night.
He said he is. Tony would do it. Tony wants to be down. He's walking out on Greg.
Was that 8 hours? Such
I mean,
Oh, he's great.
it's just.
You forget he's in the semi with the hammer down.
We got, we had a 16 Peterbilt 389 private, and no one was trading at him for 24 Kenworth. He saved like, I think they said $40,000 on fuel. Mhm. Yeah, cause he went from getting 4 miles a gallon to 8 to 10. That's an automatic too, instead of a stick.
Tony.
So that was huge.
Oh my gosh, that's like way more dishes.
Yeah.
It's
gotta go there, yeah.
Because I don't know after Fairway. I didn't know.
They are
I said,
way,
no, they're good.
they're also, there's probably they're way more expensive to fix because of the requirements on diesel engines, so.
He got his windshield fixed, like about a month ago. And I was thinking it was gonna be like $2,000 or $3,000 to fix it because they gotta recalibrate with all the stuff that they got. We went to, the
Figured that was
place in
coming.
Sioux City, it's not Kenworth, it's like Tractor or something.
Mhm.
It's like less than $800.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cheaper than my new car when I had that, when I had to get a new windshield on that.
Yeah.
It's like, geez,
So how do you like your new car?
I love it. I pay like $40 to fill it up. And last I paid, I think it's 42 or 43. And before I'd be paying like 80 to 90. I had a Yukon XL, and then I got a Grand Hybrid.
So, my pickup, and I get pretty good mileage on my pickup.
Mhm.
You know, running around here, I get 17, you know, I can get up to 22 on the road.
She thinks he's good.
Problem is the size of the fuel
Yeah.
holds 36 gallons.
Yep.
You know, you fill it up and it says, you don't have to fill up for 797 gallons.
Yep.
But if you wait till it's clear, it costs you a fortune.
It's coming up about the same time as I did. Like I usually go about a month to a week and a half without filling up. Because if I You know, I live on 834, so it's about a 15-minute drive each way. And yeah, I would say about a week and a half once we go somewhere on the weekend. East. Yep, we're just a mile east of Swiss Acres. We bought that. It's been 3 years already.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We lived on
They're
gravel.
they're like all these young kids that bought it, and then they spent more money than they paid for it remodeling it.
Yeah.
It adds up so fast.
That's been talking.
Who are on 8.5 acres. So. good.
You can-
Everything For the most part.
I'm aware, I'm aware.
A lot of
Not wrong.
A lot.
You know, I've been hauling tires up to the recycling center. I'm
What is it a piece?
like for semi tires, it's.
Going to
they cost
Nebraska Thursday.
15.
You have to finalize with-
Well, what are you gonna do with them? They
There's a
you pile them outside, and some of them catch water and you get mosquitoes and bugs. and shit.
Well, the, I mean, our packs, you know, clear out pasture though, so at least they're out of the way.
Yeah, but
I know.
it's, I had 2 buildings full of used tires.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
were you the
Yes, I
neighbor
do.
throwing anything away?
I was,
Or was that your parents?
that was, and my parents,
Mhm.
Find this.
but I think so far I've written
Been down, I think since,
recycling for
I saw you went down.
700, one for 800. You know, I think it's over $3,000 getting rid of tires.
Oh, hated that, hated, absolutely.
But you get caught burning, them, fine is 10 grand.
It's me and my 3-year-old.
It's crazy.
Invest in a grinder,
Yep.
invest in a grinder.
Well, what would you do with them?
What's the fine if you get caught throwing them in the ditch and the counters?
Each county, I don't know.
Yep. Awesome. 93.
Don't,
See all kind of trash.
oh,
There it is, it's awful.
She was only.
I just turned in, she was a.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Just less than me.
2 surviving sisters, my one sister.
Maybe
2
you get 4 miles of
And
ground.
then Lori lives in Secret Gas.
Out there.
Oh, yeah.
They want to pay the 10 to 15 bucks it takes to get rid of it, they just say in the city.
Just throw a mattress out there.
She's
What are we doing?
I've got
Why?
a nephew.
But you know, some different than them, how many guys have.
He was the hard
you know,
manager. She.
And usually a mattress, a big one, you gotta take something off.
It's funny, this
It's too heavy if it's been rained on to throw into a truck.
Yeah.
Yep, and mattresses, those,
Except for my nephew, cause he would.
pillow boxes. Got one downstairs and
That's fun. Yeah, picture.
The,
You would see the picture. My nephew's kind of off in a hallway.
He said, let's go to the city council meeting,
Josh
and they were talking about problems they have with their downtime.
Oh.
Some guy
My
got
mom's-
11.
When she speaks, you better listen. She's one of very few words. That she speaks.
In Kansas?
I know, and he didn't.
In
He didn't.
Kansas?
That's awesome.
No,
Oh.
not there. They
Yep.
have them at the, they have a key fob site, and they have them there, not out in front of their building.
Have been to our house for.
See around a hotel.
We must run some. Level mattress.
Most of it. Okay.
Mhm.
Valid, thank you. That means. No.
Those things are tight
So,
and tough.
so far we played volleyball. I
No.
beat up.
No,
That does sound.
I wouldn't say so, but
Did you read the comments on Facebook at all for
Yesterday, D and I took our.
the new Farmers Park City building?
no.
Why can't you just take the $50 off towards that?
I did a Megan Hughes school shop.
Oh, took him to the zoo first.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, it's only that, that's
It's
good.
it's not very
It's
big.
easy
No,
parking
zoo's a
here.
zoo, yeah.
I went to that Warren Ziders concert and the parking is just, I pulled up on grass
No.
because they don't have enough.
Not a zoo.
Oh, no, we didn't do
Get a
that.
ticket.
No,
Why would you do that?
I parked next to somebody, I mean, everybody parks on grass. You go down there on a concert night, especially if it's free. Oh my gosh, you're finding, you're like, oh, somebody could park there.
It's really cool. I like it because you just. come in
Yeah.
and
For a while.
Yeah.
Recycle.
Iowa State.
Recycle commission yells
Yeah,
at.
Brian Alley was.
They were in there talking about police for giving people tickets. for parking.
I'll make sure I don't next time, but there was nothing. I mean,
Because we've been.
parking clear up by Los Pueblos
Yeah.
just to get to these concerts, because there's nothing, everything's taken.
And the businesses like the hot It's a huge problem.
Yes.
People park in
Pretty
their
excited.
parking lot to go to the concert and then they
Yep.
can't get customers in there.
But kind of
Yep.
like you were saying with the COVID and grid, I mean,
It's chaotic.
this is the first I had a charge.
You know? So they,
You can get shots.
I talked to Zach.
So what's this? for?
Yeah.
He said, you know, we tried to tell people to get parked there.
Yep.
For concerts. You know, he said, but how many people that brought family and they all ate here? And they got $150
I understand why you're
bill.
on that. I said, that's fine.
Mhm.
Never
Because they do this, they come here and eat and then walk down to the.
They were the only people on the hallway when she was born. Pretty good. So
Yeah,
drove in our driveway. and showed
but
it
even,
to
have you been to Arnold Parkway thing?
No, last weekend.
And they
Drove
went
away.
home.
But I mean, to even get in, it's
And
$40
the next day,
for one
They
pass.
came back. She
One
all
person,
night.
it's $40,
She wanted us to hold
$39.95.
it, And it was okay. Held it.
Mhm.
My mom got him passes for Christmas and it's $100. So by going 2.5 times, it's already 3 times. So, I mean, yeah,
My daughter-in-law.
It's already paid for it.
She's.
We'll always get.
She's gonna do- she's gonna
Three
do-
boys at the farm.
Oh.
Because, you know, I think they're probably there 4, 5, 6 times a summer.
Yep. but it's nice to go
It's
during
funny
the
how that
week.
works.
I mean, it is great. After I get off work, I go pick them up from Y Kids or something, and even go for an hour.
Mhm.
It's, there's nobody, no lines, nothing.
That's right.
Give John more 10 minutes.
Kind of like me and the boat. I really like taking the boat out Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys like to have John bring down printed bid tabs?
Okay, everything.
Everything, there's a few of them that checked out, but Graves was still the low bid. $1,340,092.02. So we would recommend to approve Graves Construction from Spencer, Iowa as a low bidder in the amount of $1,340,092.02 for the L 6697330 project, also known as Lower Guard Bridge project on 230th Avenue.
I would make that motion that we approve Grave Construction's low bid on the L 699-7330 bridge project.
I'll second it.
All right, which one do you want?
Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Clark's moved, Mr. Dollard seconded. Is there further discussion on this?
Will you just ask him to email me if there's changes in the amounts, cause I do put all of the bid tabs in my minutes.
He didn't email it out to everybody unless somebody wants a paper copy.
Just email him. Do you guys want a paper
Email's
copy?
fine.
Email's
Email's
fine.
great.
Yeah.
But theirs was correct at the 134009202.
Yes.
Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Dollard,
Aye.
Levi.
Aye.
Young,
Aye.
and Dillard. You bought a bridge.
Okay, thank you very much, board.
Good
Thank you,
deal,
Jeff.
good deal.
When they late start date on removal of the culverts was September 15.
Yes, the first site, has a late start date of September 15th, is the removal of the culverts.
Okay, do we have the needed stuff for posting the road closed and we'll get that up?
Yep, the contractor, or if we need to assist, we can, but the
Yeah.
contractor will have all that put up.
Okay. All right, just so that notifications out that that's the date it's gonna start, you know, so.
We're gonna start sooner, but that's the latest.
Yeah, that's a late start date, so, yeah.
Good.
Okay,
Good job.
Progress.
Thank you.
all right, thanks, Jeff.
Okay. Mr. Goodlow.
Governmental body may hold a closed session only by affirmative vote of either 2/3 of the members of the body or all of the members present at the meeting. A governmental body may hold a closed session only to the extent a closed session is necessary for the following reasons. This case, it's under Iowa Code Section 21.51C to assess strategy with counsel on matters presently in litigation or where litigation is imminent and disclosure would likely prejudice or disadvantage the governmental body in that litigation.
Thank you.
Motion to go into closed session.
Wait, do we have the recorder on? Oh, Kim has moved.
Second,
Mr. Clark has seconded. Roll call, which we do anyway. Is there any discussion on that? Hearing none. Kim,
Aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Dullard,
Aye.
Levi,
Aye.
and Bill is aye.